Hello guys, Izanagi here, and today I want to do another political video. Now, this time it's a bit closer to home, being about UK politics, because you couldn't tell from my accent, I am indeed British. If you can tell what region my dialect's from, and my accent's from, then leave a comment in the comment section. But today I will be talking about Reform / Nigel Farage. Now, what to say about Nigel Farage? Personally, I think that man is a great patriot and British hero. Okay, spoiler alert. Nah, he's a giant twat. Okay, just to get that straight off the bat, right? Like he's just a twat. So, if you're someone who loves Reform and loves Farage, this probably isn't the video for you. Spoiler alert. I'm just gonna say that before I even get into the contents of the video, right? If you want to watch people glazing Farage or Reform, there's plenty of other channels to watch, like GB News. You can read the Telegraph, the Sun, the Mirror, etc., etc. If you love being fed like right-wing talking points and propaganda 24/7 and being fed hatred, yeah, those are basically for you. Right. So, moving on, let's get to the main meat and potatoes of the video. So I've got a laundry list here of all the policies Farage wants to implement that I abhorrently disagree with. So obviously, if you're a Reform voter, you probably have already drunk the Kool-Aid, and you're probably not going to change your mind, because just like MAGA in the US, they're part of a cult. Farage could literally go down to like a nursery and like kill a newborn baby, and there would be still people that vote for him because, I want to get rid of immigrants and I hate boat people, right? That's just the reality. But for people who are more on the moderate side of things, maybe they're apolitical, and they are on the fence of who they want to vote for, hopefully this list will give them some incentive to be like, oh, maybe Farage and Reform isn't the best option or choice for this country. So, first of all, he wants to lower minimum wage for young people. Now, I did go on a tangent on a previous video where I was talking about Moran Zandani. I did kind of address it there, but I will go for it again. So the TRDR is this. Why should a younger worker get paid less than his older peer when he is doing the exact same job role with the exact same responsibilities? It's not that if you're younger, your rent is cheaper, your bills are cheaper, your food's cheaper. No, the prices are all the same, so why should a young person get shafted with a lower wage? And people under 21 are already on a lower wage than people over 25, so is he going to decrease it even more? The whole concept is just unfair, and I think it's shit. Another one, Farage wants to cut public services funding and the NHS. Now, on his manifesto, he wants to, quote-unquote, reform the NHS. Now, let me give you a quick TRDR translation. That means cutting the NHS up piece by little piece and privatizing it over time to eventually we get a privatized healthcare system just like the good old USA. Oh boy, doesn't that sound great? And this isn't just a reform policy. You know, this has been going on for the last 15 years. The Tories have been doing it where they've been slowly privatizing parts of the NHS. So it's not like this is a thing that's just going to happen overnight. It has been happening. Another point, they want to increase the retirement age because at the end of the day, Reform just views us as work lemons. You know, just keep working and paying taxes into the system until you eventually drop dead and die. Yeah, that is the government for you. Another point, attacking people on disability benefits, removing the car scheme for the mobility component. So, I have a family member, my uncle, who recently had a very bad stroke. He is basically wheelchair bound now. He cannot do anything. He uses his mobility car for him to get around the local community, to go to community centres, to, you know, meet his friends, to obviously visit family members. If you took that mobility car away from him, you're basically taking away his freedom away from him. How would you, as a quote-unquote normal person, would just like to be stuck in your house all day with nothing to do? That would do so much damage to your mental health. So, like, I just think it's just so distasteful and disingenuous. And the thing is, like, you got fucking Reform MPs on Twitter being like, oh yeah, you just go down to your doctors, you get a sick note, and you go to like a PIP assessment, and they just give you money for free. It's like, that's not how it fucking works, dude. You have to go through so many loops and hurdles to actually qualify for disability benefit in the UK. It's complete disinformation. From someone who has like a disabled family member, I can tell you that's not the truth at all. Now, another one. Let's just say you don't give a shit about disabled people and you're only concerned about your own wallet. Here's one that will affect you directly. The council tax is raising. Council tax is raising across the board by 5%. That's the maximum they can raise it, by the way. I'm sure if it was 10 or 15%, Reform would raise it by that much. But yes, they're raising council tax across the board by 5%. Yes, great. Tax rises in general for the average British worker. Tax raises for the tax raises for the wealthy. No. Tax cuts. What am I? Tax raises for the wealthy? A far right Reform government? No. Tax cuts for the wealthy. Tax cuts for big businesses and all Farage's like wealthy mates. Like, yeah, can you imagine like a right-wing government raising taxes on the super wealthy? Yeah, that's never gonna happen. You are smoking crack there, buddy. Removal of EU human rights. Apparently, this is considered woke. Having human rights in 2025 is considered woke, and we should basically be trampled on by the foot of the state, or the boot of the state, rather. Yeah, who gives a shit about human rights, right? Not when you got a fascist government. Okay, anti-green alternative energy. Now, this one is, I just don't know about. This is ridiculous. There are so many anti climate change deniers that exist, both not only in the UK, also in like the American government with the MAGA far right, where they believe like global warming is a myth made up by these big energy companies and George Soros to make maximum profits. Right? The reality is this: global warming exists. It's been proved. Global warming, climate change both exist. They have been proven by credible scientists. Like, I don't know, what is it with like the far right and being anti-science? I do not understand. And like, I get it for someone who's probably like a MAGA Reform voter. This is probably someone in their 60s, and they're like, well, who gives a shit if the environment gets fucked up? I'm gonna be dead in like a few decades anyways. But it's at least think about, I don't know, your children, your grandchildren. Like, aren't you gonna at least think about them? Like, we've still got to live on this planet, unfortunately, right? So like, I don't know what is with all the stigma with trying to find, alternative green positive energy sources. Oh yeah, let's just drill more oil and frack the earth, because that's doing wonders, isn't it, to the environment? So if you care about the environment, that's also another really big one. Reform councillors. So there has been constant Reform councillors in the media lately. They've been getting fired either due to like gross mismanagement or just like random racist posts on social media. Yeah, I mean, the people that are joining like a far right fascist political party are racist. Surprise Pikachu face. I could never have saw that coming. I mean, and think when Reform get a majority and they're in government, think about what it's going to be like then. You're gonna have Reform politicians getting fired on a daily basis. Okay, moving on to universal credit. Now, this is an unemployment benefit here in the UK. So they want to change the rules where if you do not find a job within 4 months, you're basically, sorry mate, what's that? The time on my watch says you haven't found a job yet. Sorry, we're gonna have to boot you off. So essentially, you don't find a job in 4 months, you are going to lose any sort of government support or assistance, aka no money for food, to pay your bills, or for rent. You're just going to be homeless on the street, destitute and starving. Wow, what a great policy. That is sure to incentivize people to find work. Just punish people for being poor and falling on hard times. Now, anyone knows, at the moment in 2025, the job market is absolutely terrible. You have people competing for you have hundreds of people competing for a Tesco sales assistant vacancy for one job. You've got college graduates who just graduated college and they got a degree in political science applying for the same role. The job market is absolutely terrible at the moment, and this is from people who are trying their hardest to find work. So, I haven't heard anything in the Reform Manifesto about creating more jobs. I mean, if you don't have a job and you don't find a job within this arbitrary time limit, you're gonna basically get punished for something that might be completely out of your control. You could be doing your hardest to find employment, and the job market is just so bad. It's 2008 levels of bad at the moment. We are in a recession, but quote unquote haven't actually been labelled in a recession yet. So yeah, the TLDR is this: there isn't a single economic policy that will benefit the average British people in the Reform Manifesto. There is nothing. If all you care about is, I hate brown people and I want to stop the small boats, then yeah, you're probably going to vote for reform. But anyone with an actual functioning brain and critical thinking skills is going to look at Reform's manifesto and be like, okay, where's the growth? Where's the economical growth? How is this going to improve people's lives in a tangible manner? There's nothing there. Oh, and before I forget, Farage was the con man who brought you Brexit. Yes. He was the figurehead of the entire Brexit movement / campaign. Now, it's safe to say, ever since Brexit, the economy has been on a spiral downtrend. It's just got worse and worse and worse and worse. It's just terrible. And you would think, right, Farage at the end of the day, he's a used car salesman. He's a snake oils merchant. He's one of those cowboy builders. This reminds me. I'll give you an analogy. My grandmother, she hired some cowboys to do some work in her back garden patio and refurbish her back garden shed. And before they even did the job, they wanted to charge her for half the price of the work before they even started the job. And they gave her a quote, and I was like, that seems really expensive. And the fact that they're charging you half price for a job they haven't even started, sounds really dodgy. And she's like, oh no, they're lovely lads. They cut my grass this one time and they did a great job. And I'm like, yeah, but cutting grass and doing your patio and refurbishing your back garden shed is different. These are two completely different things. And she's like, oh no, they do fine. I know what I'm doing. She's very stubborn. A lot of old people are, and it's just like, okay, well, I tried, right? Yeah. And lo and behold, they do the job, and she isn't satisfied with it. It's very lackluster, very underwhelming, just very slap and dash. I think they were there for 2-3 days, and that was it. And she filed a complaint. I think the customer service got the complaint, and that was it. They didn't do anything. She didn't get a bit of her money back, or they didn't say sorry. And the lesson here is, after that, she was like, okay, I'm not going to hire any random dodgy builders anymore. Right. So, I'm not sure that if the British people have, very bad short-term memory, but Farage sold you a bridge once. That bridge collapsed when you were halfway through walking across it, and now he wants to sell you another bridge. That is the intellect of the average British voter. Farage has already scammed you once, and you want him to scam you again. Just great, right? Just brilliant. Okay, let's do a bit of scrolling on Twitter. Why not? Reform UK, a group of rats, is called. Pretty accurate, bro. Oh, is Nigel Farage here with his best buddy Andrew Tate? You know what they say, birds of a feather often flock together. Now, I'm not saying you should be guilty by association, but if you're hanging around with a misogynist, you might be a misogynist yourself. If you hang around and go to private islands with a paedophile, you might be a pedo yourself. Or maybe very sympathetic to their sort of perversions, aka Trump and Epstein. So that's what I'm saying. You should judge a character you should judge a person by the company they keep. That's my opinion. Reform UK people with 6 teeth, simping for people with 6 houses. I mean, that's pretty generous. I would say maybe about 3 or 4 teeth, but you might be onto something there. Yeah, it's depressing. Reform are indeed leading the polls. Yes, that is very depressing. Yes, no. Oh, this geezer here, he popped up on my timeline, bro. I can't tell if this dude is like 15 or 40. Look at him, his little fucking suit, his little backpack, his like liter of coke, his little fucking little reform pamphlets. One absolute donut. And look, there's nothing wrong with canvassing, right? When I actually turned 18, this was during the 2010 elections, oh, this is depressing to say, but I actually went around canvassing for the Liberal Democrats. Oh my god, I'm face palming so hard right now. And it's not that I didn't enjoy the process of canvassing, because I quite enjoyed it, you know. It definitely pushed me outside of my comfort zone, knocking on random doors, trying to sell people on like a political party. But overall, I did enjoy the process. It was more so that, if you remember and you're British, the Liberal Democrats ended up forming a coalition government with the Tories. So yeah, basically the party I ideologically despise, they ended up doing a partnership with them. That was the moment I got blackpilled on politics, at the age of 18. Right when I was able to vote. So, yeah. Let's go with some of these comments. You know, let's have a bit of a laugh, have some banter. Let's go. Okay, well done, mate. The boy in the striped pajama. Wait, isn't this film about like a little kid that's stuck in a concentration camp? Oh my god, that's fucking brutal, dude. The Hitler Youth is so last century. Oh, the fuck, that is a brutal burn. Holy shit. Well done, Jack babies, make better life choices. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Oh, King, you dropped your crown. Fucking safety. Oh, disability safety helmet. Oh no. Maybe he's like, oh, bruv, if you vote for Reform, I'll give you a free Coca-Cola refill. You know, because Labour have got rid of all like the sugary Coke refills at like restaurants now, but I'll give you a free Coke refill if you vote Reform. By the way, I fucking hate Labour for doing that. They're absolute twats. So's Keir Starmer. If I want to have refills of sugary Coca-Cola, let me, goddammit. Screw you. That's a bit of a tangent, but yeah. If someone turns up at my door wearing a parachute, tanning a big bottle of Coke, and I'm absolutely not going to listen to any word you have to say about politics. Exactly. If I was like just some normal guy and I was like apolitical or like a moderate and I didn't really care about politics, and this guy knocked at my door trying to canvass for Reform and sell me on the party, it would actually do the opposite. I'd be like, yeah, actually, you know what? You've actually given me a good argument not to vote for Reform. That's what I'm going to say. He's actually probably doing negative numbers for Reform. Like, I actually think he's making he's making more non-Reform voters than actual Reform voters. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. What a waste of time. Do something better. Yeah, play Fortnite or something, dude. I don't know. About getting a proper job, you'll know more of a journalist than I am the Archbishop of Canterbury. Ain't that true? I mean, pretty much anyone these days with like a video camera or a phone can be like a journalist. And pretty much anyone these days can be a political commentator online. Even though they're uneducated, ill-informed, and have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, as long as your audience is big enough and you have people willing to listen to you, you are, quote-unquote, a political commentator. Not to mention any names in specific or particular, but yeah, that's the truth. You can be absolutely unqualified and chat a load of bollocks. The kid from the Deliverance on Tough Times, by the looks of it. Oh my god, the battle. You're fit right in at D form. Oh my god. The fuck is it? Oh wait, this is from This Is Britain. That is a classical movie. If you haven't watched it, you gotta watch it. It is great. The commentary on it is really good. The social commentary. It's a classic film. Oh, brother, you. Okay, this guy is getting cooked way too hard. Even for like a reform show, I kind of feel sorry for the kid or bloke. I can't really tell if he's a kid or a bloke, or maybe a mix of somewhere in between. I have no idea. But anyway, I'll stop doing that now. Let's go down the feed a bit more. You know, we'll have a little scroll here. Okay, da da da. That was a bit of scroll down. Who the fuck is this guy? Is this like fucking... Is this like Tesco Values Nick Fuentes? He's got like the fucking, oh, I'm gonna wear a suit and I'm gonna look like a twink and have like a similar hairstyle. What does he sound like?
Political history. Popularism is on the rise.
Oh yeah, he sounds like a twat. He sounds like a Tory twat. What a surprise. Okay. Okay, this here is like... What's up? You know, a bit of casual anti-Semitism. I mean, it pretty much is the reform way. Because I'm pretty sure Zach Polanski is Jewish, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, just like a bit of casual anti-Semitism there. I mean, if you're a reform voter, it's probably part of the course. I mean, it's just on brand at this point. You shouldn't be surprised. What's this here?
Connections to Russia for a while now, but take a look at this clip from Victoria.
Oh yes, there's tons of... Farage himself praises and glazes Putin. He thinks he's like a great leader, and I'm pretty sure he got funding from the Russian government. He is a freaking Putin shill. So it doesn't surprise me there's other people in the Reform Party that are taking Russian bribes. I'm not surprised with that at all. And don't be surprised if Reform gets elected that they try to distance themselves away from funding Ukraine in the war. Don't be surprised if that happens.
Can I ask you finally?
Which, by the way, I'm 100% for supporting Ukraine, for them defending their nation against a foreign invader. It's, to me, it's a pretty black and white issue. Russia are the bad guys. The Ukrainians are fighting to defend their homeland. And I know people be like, well, there's actually more political nuance into it than that. And yes, there probably is. But on a surface level, that's what I see. Russia were the ones who invaded them, and they are doing their best to defend their home country. Imagine if France got invaded by Britain, and like other European countries were like, oh, well, you know, the British deserved that because for these reasons here. Like, as a Brit, you would be outraged. You'd be like, what the fuck? We got invaded unprovokedly by France. Like, you know, like,
about Nathan Gill,
I don't understand.
Former leader in Wales, who will be sentenced soon for taking cash bribes to make pro-Russian.
Yeah, what a surprise.
While he was a member of the European Parliament, Mr. Farage said he was shocked when he heard.
Farage did the whole shocked Pikachu face, surprise Pikachu face. Yeah, I'm sure when he himself takes those same bribes.
About that, and he knew Nathan Gill well. Is there anyone else in your party who could be taking bribes from pro-Russian politicians?
I don't believe so.
I've never basically 80% of Reform MPs are probably taking Russian bribes. Let's be honest.
Nathan Gill.
So.
I've never met Nathan Gill. Just to be clear, it was long before my time inside the party.
I'm asking about now, and you say you don't believe
what
so.
Nathan Gill did was
I'm asking about
treacherous.
now.
He has pleaded guilty.
I'm asking about
we condemn it in the strongest possible terms,
your
Victoria.
members and
I've
politicians
never
now.
met him. I was the chairman for a significant
I'm not
period
asking
of
you
time
about Nathan Gill.
over the last year. I've never met the guy. Nigel did know him from his time as an MEP. That is ancient history as far as reform are concerned.
It is absolutely outrageous. Could you imagine if anyone said to you, have any of you or your mates taken bribes from Russia or any form of corruption?
Oh, God.
Come up with a better answer than,
It's an absolute joke.
so.
Absolute joke of a party. Schools teach kids reform on Nazi extremists. It's been revealed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so my opinion on this is I think in general you should just keep all politics out of school unless it's like politics relating to like history, you know, like World War II, World War One, etc., etc. In this case, I don't see what the issue is. Like, that's like me pointing to a duck and saying, "Hello there, duck," and then the duck turning around and being all shocked, like, "Oh, like how dare you call me a duck?" It's like, yeah, if you vote for like a far right national party that is fascist, people are going to refer to you as that. Like, what are we even talking about here? It's like, if I point to the sky and it's blue, the sky is blue. If I point to grass and it's green, the grass is green. It's like, these are just realities. If I identify Joseph Stalin as a communist, it's because he was a communist. It's like, why are you getting offended? This is the political ideology you support, and you're crying and getting upset when people are calling out that political ideology for what it is. Like, what are you talking? I mean, yeah, you're voting and supporting it. I don't know why you're getting upset and offended over it. Reform is literally fascist. I don't know what to tell you, little bro. Oh, this guy again. Oh, he's getting so memed. I mean, to be honest, what did you think was going to happen when you took a picture? Like, because he obviously took the picture. He looked at the picture before he uploaded it, and he generally thought to himself, wow, I look like a cool geezer here, like a total badass. I'm going to upload this to social media, and everyone's going to think I'm so cool. They're totally not going to fucking take the piss out of me. Like, couldn't little bro ask any of his friends and be like, do you think this is a cool picture? Do you think I look great in this picture, and should I upload it to social media? They say, no, mate. You're going to get absolutely the piss ripped out of you if you upload this picture to social media. You're going to get absolutely destroyed. Oh, God. So, anyway, I think that's enough doom scrolling on Twitter. So, the TLDR is this. Those are all the points that I've listed to why you shouldn't vote for reform. Now, obviously, if all you care about is getting rid of brown people and getting rid of people on small boats, then any of these policies I listed you probably don't care about. Or you drunk so much of the Kool-Aid and you're in the cult, then that it doesn't matter, right? It does not matter. But this is my opinion on an exiting note of the video is reform don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about the economy. They only care about enriching themselves and their wealthy donors. That's it. That's it. Now, when reform, and this is the unfortunate reality, I do think reform are going to win the next general election, unfortunately. But when reform do win, you can come back to this video in a couple years and you can tell me, hey, my life's improved, things are pretty much the same, or my life's gotten shitter. I would like to see the comments in a couple years, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, because only time will tell. And I guess you've got to let this disastrous government get in first and see how them destroy the country, and then you vote them out. It's like, oh no, should we start the car crash? It's like, should we stop the car crash before the car crash happens? No, we should let the car crash happen, and then after all the wreckage and damage is done, then we should be like, oh shit, we should probably not have done this car crash. But there you go. So the TLDR is, yeah, Reform and Farage. Fuck the both of them. And so if you want to discuss anything in particular, leave a comment in the comment section. My brain has gone dirt. I need more caffeine. Holy shit! I don't do any notes for these videos. I just do them off the bat. What's in my brain, and I just talk. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. Yeah. On a final note, I know I've said this. Fuck Reform. Fuck Farage. But I will see you guys later. Peace out. And on a side note, yes, the UK is absolutely shit at the moment. I want to try and salvage what's left of this country. Under Reform, it's just going to get shitter and shitter. And yeah. But peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.